Okay, so we start with exercise R3. R3, and the confusion was regarding question number 8. So let's try question number 8, number 1. So what we have to do here, we are given a number and we are asked to find the cube root without actual factorization. So how do we do this? First we have to divide this number into 2 parts or 3 parts based on how many digits are there. So what we do, we start counting 3 digits from the right. So from the right side, take 3 digits, 1, 2, 3. So this is one group, then again 3 digits. So as there are no 3 digits, so we will take these 2 into one group. So first and second, 2 groups. So we take this group and what do we do? So first we have to write that we divide the number into 2 groups taking 3 digits. Okay, 3 digits. So we have 12 and 167. So from this second group, that is 167, what we need to see, in 167 the units place is 7. Now if you see the numbers from 0 to 9, only one number, if you cube it, you get the number, it ends with 7. If you do 1 cube, it ends with 1. If you do 1 cube, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64, and so on it will go. Okay, so 3 cube is 27, so it ends with 7. So that means if a number ends with 7, it must have 7 units place, that is its cube root must have 3 in the units place. So in 167, since the units place is 7, therefore the cube root must have 3 in the units place. Okay, so we must have 3 in the units place of the cube root. So we know that the units place has 3. So this is the units place. We have got the units place as 3. Now we need the tens place. So what do we have? We have 12. Now 12 lies between 2 cube, which is 8, and 3 cube, which is 27. Right? 12 lies between 8 and 27. 8 is 2 cube and 27 is 3 cube. So that means it will, as it is lying between 2 and 3, we will select the lower one, that is 2. So therefore the tens place will be 2, not the larger one, okay, the smaller one. So we have the ones place as 3 and tens place as 2. So therefore the required cube root is equal to 2 and 3, that is 23. So now if you find that cube of 23, you will get 12167. Okay, you can try it at your home. Try finding the cube of 23, you will find this answer. So what we did, let me recap this. We take the number, we split the whole number into 2 or multiple groups. So the numbers that you have will have only 2 groups. So we will start making the group by counting 3 digits from the right side. So we have from the right side we take 3, then again we take 3. So since we don't have 3, we are taking 2. Whatever number is remaining, we take that one. So we have 167. So from this number we will get the tens place, and from this number we will get the ones place. So for tens place we will see what is the number and what is the number ending with, what is the ones place. So in 167 the ones place is 7. That means it must be the cube of a number which ends with 3, because 3 cube is 27. So that means when you multiply, the last number is 7, so it must be the cube of 3. That's why we must have 3 in the units place. Okay, then we have this part which is 12. So we have got 3 in the units place. Then we have 12. So for 12 we need to see between which 2 cubes does this number lie. Now 12 lies between 8 and 27, that is between the cube of 2 and between the cube of 3, between 2 cube and 3 cube. So as it lies between 2 cube and 3 cube, we will select the smaller one, which is 2. So therefore the tens place we get to be 2. So therefore 23 cube will be 12167. Let me give you one example. So I mean not example, I will show you this one. 23 into 23, if we multiply, what do we get? 9, 6, 6, 4. So it is 9, 12, 5 to 9. Again 23. Okay. So you have 27, 2, 6, 8, and here you have 15, we have 18, 1, 5, and here 10. So you have 7, 6, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 6, 7. See, as the number was 3, the units place also contains 7 because 3 is a 9, and this 9 again multiplies with 3 to give 7. See, 3, 9, this 9 multiplies with 3 again to give us 7 at the end. So you will always consider this. Let's take another example and see how to solve that one. This time I will not write the whole thing, I will just show you how to do. So we have, I think, R6, right? Suppose number 2, yeah, number 2, 8,000. Number 2 is 8,000. So you divide into 2 parts, taking 3 digits from the right side. So we have 1, 2, 3. This is one group and this is the other group. Now this number is 0, 0, 0. What is the ones place of this number? Ones place is 0. Therefore, the units place should be units place of square of cube root should be 0, because 0 cube will only give you 0, right? 0 cube is 0. So the units place we have got as 0. Now the next part is 8, and 8 is, we know it is 2 cube. 8 is 2 cube. So therefore tens place will be 2. So therefore the cube root will be 2 and 0, that is 20. Tens place, ones place, 20. Okay, simple. Okay, let's move on to our next query. And all the queries from now on are going to be from R6, chapter exercise R6, revision 6. So we have question number 5. Next doubt is R6, question number 5. So let's see that. Okay, the length of one diagonal of a parallelogram is 8 centimeter. The height of each of the triangles whose common base is the given diagonal of the parallelogram is 4 centimeter. Find the area of the parallelogram. Very easy sum. What is given is that a parallelogram is given and the diagonal length of the diagonal is given. So this is the parallelogram, suppose, and suppose this is the diagonal. They have said that the length of this diagonal is 8 centimeter, and we have two triangles on both sides, and this diagonal will be the base for both these triangles, right? This diagonal will be the base for this triangle and also for this triangle. So let's give it a name. Suppose A, B, C, D. So what they have given is that AC is equal to 8 centimeter. Okay, this is 8 centimeter, and they have said that if you draw the perpendiculars, means altitudes of these two triangles, that is the perpendicular from this to this and the perpendicular from this to this, both these have the same length of 4 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter, this is also 4 centimeter. So if I give a name, suppose E and F, so it is given that DE and BF are both 4 centimeter. Okay, so we are given these lengths. Now we need to find the area of the whole parallelogram. How to find the area of this triangle and this triangle, add it up and you will get the area of the whole parallelogram. So therefore area of ABCD, ABCD means the whole parallelogram, is equal to area of ABC plus the area of ADC, right? So how to find ABC? What is the formula of area of triangle? Half into base into height. So half into base. What is the base of ABC? Base is AC, right? This ABC triangle, the base is AC. And what is the height of the triangle? Half into base into height. What is the height? Height is BF. So we have this area of ABC is found. Next, area of ADC. ADC is again half into base. What is the base? Same base, AC. So half into base into height. What is the height? DE. So now we know all the values. All the values are given. Half into what is AC? AC is 8 centimeter. BF is 4 centimeter. Plus half into what is AC? Again 8 centimeter, and DE, see, everything is given 4 centimeter. So cancel it out. We have 16 plus 16, which is 32 centimeter square. That is the area of the parallelogram. Find the areas of these two triangles and you can add them up to get the area. And since the height is given and the base is also known, so half into base into height can be easily used. So that is how you solve question number 5. Hope you understood. Let's move on to the next one. Our next question is question number 21. So we move to question number 21 next. Next doubt is from 21. Another easy sum, not that tough. So let's start. If you see question number 21, you will find that the length, breadth and height of two cuboids are 30 centimeter, 25 centimeter and 15 centimeter, and 35 centimeter, 20 centimeter and 12 centimeter. So the length, breadth and height of two cuboids are given. Compare their surface area, which will have more volume. Means we have to find the surface area of both, tell which one is greater. We have to find the volume of both and tell which one is greater. So let's start. So let's do it for cuboid 1. Length, breadth and height given. L is given, B is given, H is given. What is length? Length is 30, 25 and 15. So this is 30, this is 25 and this is 15 centimeter. So length, breadth, height given. Therefore what will be the surface area? Surface area is formula 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. So LB means 30 into 25 plus 25 into 15 plus 15 into 30. So LB plus BH plus HL. So this will be all centimeter, centimeter, centimeter. So it will be centimeter square because it is surface area. So that means this will be 750 plus this will be, I think, 25 into 15. It is 250 and another 125. 375 plus here it will be 450 centimeter square. So it will be 2 into, if I add these up, 1000, 1400, 1450, 1525 centimeter square. So this will be 3050 centimeter square. This is the surface area of the first one. For cuboid 2 again, let's find the length is given, breadth is given and height is given, everything is given. Length is 35, breadth is 20, height is 12. 35, 20, 12, 35, 20 and 12 all are centimeter. So therefore surface area will be again the same formula, 2 into length into breadth, that is 35 into 20 plus 20 into 12 plus 12 into 35. So if we do the calculation, it is 700 plus this is 240 plus this will be again 350 plus 420. So its answer is, what is the answer for this one? The surface area of cube 2720 centimeter square. So which one is greater? If you have to compare, obviously surface area of cuboid 1 is greater than surface area of cuboid 2. Now let's find the area. Volume. Let's find the volume. This is how you solve the area, surface area. So what will be the volume? Volume will be length into breadth into height. So you have to multiply everything. 30 into 25 into 15 centimeter cube. What is the answer? The answer is 11250 centimeter cube. And here we have to do again volume, length into breadth into height, which is 35 into 20 into 12. And its answer is 8400. I think it is 8400. Hopefully. Okay. So it is, which one do we get more? This one, this value is greater than this. So volume of cuboid 1 will be greater than volume of cuboid 2. So simple as that. I think the calculation is correct. This is 240 into 35 to 12. 0, 12 to 1, 15, 6, 7. Yeah, 8400. Done. So that's how you solve question number 21. Very easy sum. All the things are given. You just need to know the formula. Once you know the formula, you can place the values and you can solve it. So our next question is question number 22. Okay. Question number 22. Another easy sum. So no need to worry. What is given is that find the length of the canvas cloth of width 110 centimeter required to make 25 numbers of covers of suitcases having size 60, 40 and 20. So we need a sheet, a cloth, canvas cloth whose width is given, means breadth is given. Breadth is given as 110 centimeter. We don't know the length. So we need a sheet whose width is given but length is not given. So what we need to do, we need to make the cover of a suitcase. Now cover of a suitcase is cuboid in shape. So we'll take it as cuboid, length, breadth, height is given. So that means the surface area of the cuboids, how many cuboids? 25 cuboids, I think. Yeah, 25 suitcases we have to make. So the amount, the surface area of 25 suitcases must be equal to the surface area of the cloth that I have. So that means the area of the cloth must be equal to the area of the total surface area of 25 cuboids or 25 suitcases. So what is given is the width of cloth. Length is not given. Width of cloth is 110 centimeter and length of suitcase is given, breadth of suitcase is given, and height of suitcase is also given. Length, breadth and height are 60, 40 and 20. 60, 40 and 20. Length, breadth and height. Okay, these are of suitcase. Now according to question, what we should have is that area of the cloth, must be equal to the 25, means the surface area of the suitcases. How many suitcases? 25 suitcases. That is 25 into surface area of the suitcase. I hope you understood this logic. The amount of cloth you need, the area of the cloth that you need must be 25 into the surface area of suitcase, because there are 25 suitcases, and if I need the cloth for making one suitcase, its surface area and the amount of cloth must be same, right? So area of the cloth must be equal to the surface area of suitcase and the number of suitcase, which is 25. So what is the area of the cloth? Length is not given, it is length into breadth, right? And for 25 into surface area of suitcase is LB plus BH plus HL. So here we don't have length, but we have the breadth. Breadth is 110. 25. We need to multiply. We use the formula, that is 60 into 40 plus 40 into 20 plus 20 into 60. I think I have done the values. Yes, this one. I made one mistake. The formula will be 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. So it should be 2 into this. Sorry for the mistake. The formula is 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. So this is the formula. So L into 110 is equal to this whole thing, calculation comes out to be 50 into 4. So 25 into 2 is 50, and this whole thing comes out to be 4400. So therefore L is equal to 50 into 4400 by 110. So 0 cancels. This is 40. So we have L equal to 2000. Now what is 2000? 2000 is 2000 centimeter. This can be written as 20 meter if you convert the unit. So I hope you understood. You have done this sum in class 9, these sort of sums in class 9 surface area volume chapter. So I hope this concept is clear. This thing must be very clear to you. If this is not clear, then you can't form the equation, you can't do the sum. So if you have not understood how, go back to that part where I explained and try to understand that. If you still don't understand, give me a call. I will explain it to you over phone. Okay. So this is done. Next we move on to the next one. Our next question is question number 24. Question number 24. What do we have in 24? How many metal sheets of size 1 meter into 1 meter will be required to form a cylinder of height 14 meter and radius 2 meter? Radius of base is 2 meter. So we have again a metal sheet is given whose size is given 1 meter into 1 meter, and we have to make a cylinder using that sheet. And what is the size of the cylinder? The height of the cylinder is 14 meter and the base radius is 2 meter. So we know that if we have to make a cylinder, we will not make the inside of the cylinder, we will make only the covering of the cylinder. That means the covering means surface area. So the area of the sheet must be equal to the surface area of the cylinder. Okay, you need a sheet to make. You take the sheet, you give it a roll, you make a cylinder, top bottom you close. So after adding the top and bottom circles and making the cylinder, you only need the cover, right? You don't need the inside part. So since we only need the cover of the cylinder, so cover means the surface. So you need to find the area of the surface. So surface area of the cylinder must be equal to the area of the sheet. Means which sheet we are using, we have to have the same area, otherwise we cannot form. If the area is less, then we cannot form the cylinder. If the area is more, then some extra part will be left for the sheet. Okay, so what we have, what is given, we have been given the size of the sheet. So size of the sheet is equal to 1 meter into 1 meter, that is length and breadth, it is a square, so it is same. And height of the cylinder is given, height of cylinder is given as 14, cylinder is equal to 14 meter, and radius of base is given as 2 meter. So therefore what we need is the surface area of the cylinder. So what is going to be the surface area of the cylinder? Formula is 2 pi r into r plus h. This is the formula of surface area of a cylinder. So if you put the values, 22 by 7 into radius is 2 into 2 plus 14, this is the value, and the answer for this comes out to be around 201.14. 201.14. So this is the surface area of the cylinder. Now we have been asked how many metal sheets we need. Okay, how many metal sheets? Now area of the sheets or metal sheets is equal to 1 into 1 meter square, or this is meter square, sorry. So 1 into 1 means 1 meter square. Okay, so the number of metal sheets required into its surface area will be equal to the surface area of the cylinder. So now let us take the number of metal sheets required to be x. Okay, let the number of metal sheets be x. Okay, so just like we did the previous sum, question number 22. Now, so the number of metal sheets, there is number of metal sheets x into the surface area of each metal sheet, which is 1, must be equal to the surface area of cylinder. I hope you understand this one. The total surface area of the metal sheet, this 1, and the number of metal sheets required will give us the total surface area of all the metal sheets. If there are, suppose there are 5 metal sheets and each metal sheet has a surface area of 1, that means what is the surface area of all the 5 metal sheets? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 5. So 5 into 1, that is 5 meter square will be the total surface area of all the metal sheets. And then all the metal sheets will be required to make how many? To make a cylinder of this surface area. So this surface area and this surface area must be equal. So therefore x equal to, very easy, x will be equal to 201.14 by 1, that is 201.14. Now since they have asked how many metal sheets, you can't say 201.14 metal sheet. There is nothing of 0.14. It has to be a whole number. So therefore, since 201 metal sheets will not be enough, because this part will be extra, so we will write this is similar to 202 metal sheets. Okay. If you need 201.14 metal sheets, that means you have to buy how many? You have to buy 22, right? You will buy 202 and then cut off and take this 14 from the last one. So you can't make the whole cylinder using 201 metal sheets, although it is close to 201, but that is not the logic here. The logic here that if we take 201, this part will be missing. So in order to accommodate this part, we have to buy another metal sheet. So that's why total is 202. So that is about 24, very easy sum. If these concepts are equal, how to make this part, then it will be very easy for you. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and our next question is question number 25. Very easy sum. 25 is extremely easy. So let's start. 25, what is given? Wrapping a paper of breadth 14 centimeter, a cylinder of radius 20 centimeter is formed. Find the volume of the cylinder. A paper of breadth 14 centimeter. So suppose you take this paper. Suppose this is the paper. Its breadth is 14 centimeter. Now you need of a cylinder of radius 20 centimeter is formed. So if you wrap this paper around and try to form a cylinder like this, that means what will become? The breadth will become the height of the cylinder, right? If this is the breadth of the cylinder and I wrap it like this and try to form a cylinder like this, this will become the height of the cylinder, right? So the breadth here will become the height of the cylinder. So when you wrap a paper like this, its breadth becomes the height. So if this is a sheet of paper, you wrap it around and you form it something like this. So this breadth becomes the height. So this breadth will become the height of the cylinder. So what breadth is given here, that breadth is actually the height of the cylinder that is formed, and radius is also given. Radius is given as 20 centimeter. So number 25, what is given is breadth of the paper. Breadth of paper, which can be written as the height of the cylinder, is equal to how much? 14 centimeters. So this is the height, and we are given the radius of the base. Radius of base is equal to how much? 20 centimeter. Find the volume of the cylinder. So what is the formula of volume? Therefore volume of cylinder is equal to pi r square a. This is the formula. So pi is 22/7, r radius square, that is 14 into 14, radius square into height, that is 20. So this is 2, and the answer comes out to be 17600. 17600 centimeter, or yeah, centimeter cube. Okay, very easy. The breadth becomes the height, radius is given, put it in the formula, find the answer. Very simple sum. So 25 also over. Let's move on to the next one. (28). Okay, next is 28, and some of the students have said that the answers don't match. Well, two answers. Number 1 matches the answer. Number 2 is very close to the answer, but is not exactly the same. And number 3 does not match. It is also close, but it does not match the answer. So let's do it. Let's do it. We have to find the surface area of the cylinder whose radius is given, radius of base is given, and the height is given. So everything is given. Just put it in the formula. So surface area of cylinder 28 1. What is the radius and what is the height? Radius is given as 7 meter. Height is given as 10 meter. So therefore surface area will be twice pi r into r plus h, right? Twice pi r into r plus h. So it is 2 into 22/7 into 7 into 7 plus 17. So this 7 will cancel, and the answer after calculation comes out to be 748 meter square. So this one matches the answer with the book. Next we have question number 2, and here the radius and height are given as 4 and 5.6. 4 meter and 5.6 meter. So therefore what is the surface area? Surface area is twice pi r into r plus h. So 2 into 22/7 into r is 4, and r plus h means what is r? Again 4 plus 5.6. So we have here 44 into 4 is 176. We have it, yeah, 176/7 into 9.6. So this one comes out to be, the answer is 241.65. 241.65. I think in the book it is given 241 point something else, not 65. It is close to that, but 241 is correct. But 0.65, this place is given something else, so that does not match. Okay, this will be okay, done. So this is the answer that you get. This is meter square. Okay, so it's almost equal, so I think that will not be a matter. But the last one does not match the answer. So last one is given, perimeter of the base is given. So number 3, perimeter of base. Now base is 85 meter. Base means the circle, the circular part. Now perimeter of a base means the circumference of the base. So circumference formula is twice pi r equal to 85 meter. Okay, and we have another part, the height is given, but we need to find the radius. So twice pi r is 85. Okay, but from here we need to find the radius. So radius will be equal to 85 by twice pi, that is 85 by 2 into 22/7. So if we do 44, 85 into 7, and the answer comes out to be, where is it? 13.5. So it is 13.5 meter. This is the radius, and height is given as 12 meter. So now we have the radius and the height. So therefore the surface area will be twice pi r into r plus h. Now the thing is, twice pi r value is given, we can use this value directly. Twice pi r is 85 into 13.5 plus height is 12. So we have, I think I had the same thing. Let me check it. Yeah, so we need to find this value. Let me try it again here so that I can check if there is any mistake. 25.5, right? So 25.5 into 85. So we have 255 into 85. 25 to 27 to 5 to the 10, 12. Here we have 44. We have again 40, 44, 4, 16, 17, 18, and 20. So we have 7, 5, 6, 1, 2. 21.6. I mean, 2167.5. Oh. 2. Here it comes out to be 2167.5. Chalo, so we have 28 done. Last we have 30. 30 is 30. Question number 30 is again very easy. So let's go to question number 30. Okay, 30. Find the height of the cylinder. So you have to find the height where the area is given and the volume is given. So number 1, area. Area of what? Area of the base. Area of base is given as 360 meter square. So what is area? Area is pi r square is equal to 360 meter square. No need to do anything, just keep it like this. Also what is given? Volume is equal to 2880 meter cube. So we have to find the height, right? What is the formula of volume? Pi r square h is equal to 2880. What is pi r square? Pi r square is 360 into h is 2880. So h will be 2880 by 360 and the answer will come out to be 8 meter. This is 8 meter. So if we do number 2, let's try to do number 2, and in number 2 it is given the perimeter of the base. Perimeter of base is given as 160 meter. What is perimeter's formula? Perimeter is twice pi r equal to 160. So let's keep it here. We also given curved surface area, that is CSA. Curved surface area is given as 1440 meter square. Now you know the formula of curved surface area. Curved surface area is twice pi r h. This is the formula for curved surface area, okay, of a cylinder. So it is 1440. What is twice pi r? Twice pi r we know it is 160 and into h is equal to 1440. So h will be equal to 1440 by 160. So this is h equal to 9. Therefore height is 9 meter. This is 8 meter, this is 9 meter. These have matched the answers. So that is all for all the doubts in revision exercises. I hope you are ready for the exam. Prepare these and I hope it will clear the doubts. Even after watching this video, if you still have doubts, give me a call. I will explain it to you personally. Okay, so thank you and see you in the next one.